Hello, welcome to a new semester. I hope my voice isn't too delayed on this. That's what happens when you record at 15 frames per second, but welcome to a new semester, this new spring-summer 2019 semester, and I'm going to start this movie off as if I am the student and I'm going on to Macomb for the first time to register for an online class. And I just want to say that if you see people in the background or hear dogs barking, that's the way it is, because my new life in Colorado here is a bit different, and it's wonderful, and I am retired here now, but I'm going to be teaching for Macomb online, so as an adjunct. So this is great. So you're not going to see my face the whole time through this. I just wanted to personally welcome you to a new semester. I'll minimize this in case I want to say goodbye later. But let's pretend that you're a brand new student who is trying to register for this class. And you're going to be getting this movie. Today is Wednesday, May 8th. So I'm going to minimize it, and you're going to be getting it Wednesday, May 8th. Hopefully you watch it all the way through, and then we'll go from there, okay? So welcome, and I look forward to working with you, and I know that you and I will enjoy this journey together, okay? So I'm going to minimize this. So let's go to the Chrome, and let's go to My Macomb. I've already logged into My Macomb. I'm sure you guys know how to log into My Macomb. So once I click it, I'm going to go right into the My Macomb page. Over here on the left is Canvas, and what I want you to do is, if when we click it, if your class does not show up in this dashboard, see this thing over here on the left, it's Dashboard, Courses, Calendar, Inbox, and Help. But I want you, if your class doesn't show up here, I want you to go down to the bottom and call this number. Now the number, I'll say it out loud a couple of times, is 877-362-2662. Again, that's 877-362-2662. So you can write that down and tell them, hey, you're trying to get your class in Canvas to show up on your dashboard. That's all you have to say to them. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to enter your class. I can enter it by either finding it on here, which is right there, or I can go in Courses, and I can click this class, which is your class. Now, before I go any farther, if you have a question at any time this semester, go on to your dashboard and click Inbox right over here. My dog is going to bark in a second. So click this new Composing an Email right here. Select your course. You're only going to have one course that shows up. This is your course right there. And if I click it, then you can click this little icon over here to where it says To. And you can click it and click Teachers, and then click Brian Sorial. And then type in that you have a question and that you want to get your question resolved. So what I want you to do is ask me your question, and if at any point this semester it's about a file, a PSD file or an assignment that you're working on, please attach it by clicking the paperclip down here. Now what I'll do is I'll respond back to you with a quick movie, most likely, and a file, your file, that has been fixed. So I don't just give you a fixed file, I show you how to do it in a movie that is made just for you. So I'm going to cancel this right now, but that's how you actually make the inbox work, okay? You click your inbox and you can click up here to the new. So let's go back to our dashboard. And let's click your course, which mine is going to be right there. And inside this, you can see, even though on this email, I've actually attached the first day handout, I'm going to open this up in a few minutes to see how it correlates with your Canvas class. So right here, in this here is tells you my office hours. It shows you the movie you probably already saw, which Brian Sorial's portfolio. The syllabus right there, if you click it, it'll just download right to your screen or into your downloads, okay? Wherever you have them directed. This movie right there is the movie I'm making for you right now. So if you want to rewatch this, you can click that in a few minutes. I have another movie which you haven't seen. I don't think it's the Motivation and Methods movie. I'd love you to watch it, but let's get right into this course. Okay, so let's say now you've gotten into the course, your class is showing up, and you're going to click modules here or modules here. Modules means weekly modules or weekly folders. So let's go into the module. I'm going to show you right now the assignments ranging from web page assets all the way to photo retouch, image manipulation, 3D texture, character creation, organic object, which is your apple, the hard object drawing, I call it hard surface drawing too, which is the iPhone, and the tear sheet, which is week 8. So there are there's 8 modules that I want you to concentrate on. So week 1 is web page assets. Let's open up your first day handout, and let me zoom in a little bit so you can see how it correlates. Now, I'm not going to go through all this with you. If you want to buy the Creative Cloud, just click that right there, and you can buy it for you can rent it, lease it for $19.95 a month, which is cool because that's not a huge price considering I'm not making you buy a book, and it has all the software in it. So here's your instructor information here. Please go through everything here. I even gave you all the important dates of the semester. I gave you the actual dates for week 1 through week 8, but let's go all the way down to, and please read, I'm not going to tell you what I've done here, but please read the communication aspect on page 2, or is that page 4? It's on page 4. So read that, okay, because it gives you another way to contact me. But I want you to read it to make sure that you follow and abide by that. So let's go right down now to where I just said, here are your 8 required assignments. I have given you 3 more over here for extra credit, okay? Because the tear sheet I'm going to show you shows one of the movie posters in there. So there is your series of assignments and the extra credit assignments. Let's go through now to week 1. So in week 1, you're supposed to do the web page asset. In week 2, the photographic retouch. In week 3, the image manipulation. In each case, on the Sunday of the end of that week, you turn in the file. Now, let me say this to you very, very carefully. I care more about you getting it right, even if you have to redo it a couple of times, than you turning in something for Sunday and then just jumping on to the next assignment and being happy with a B, okay, or a C. That doesn't work for me. I want you to do it right. I want you to get everything right, so in your portfolio you're not showing work that isn't to the point where you want it. Okay, so let's now explain each of the ways that you do things. So in web page assets, you actually, when you're done with the file, the very top thing up here is called a Dropbox. It's not Dropbox.com, it's just a Dropbox in Canvas. So you click it. Where I have the word published, you're going to have the word submit. So you upload, and please only give me, unless I ask for a JPEG, please give me your PSD files. So let me go back like this. I need to see all of your layers. So I want to explain something in a few seconds about web page assets and about which movies you're required to watch. But first I want to show you that each one of them has a summary discussion at the bottom. And on the very first week, you also have to do the introductory discussion. But let's go to the second week. Here's where you turn in the photographic retouching. Here's where you get all the stuff that you need for it. So when you click it, you can just click here or click a button that's right here to download a PDF file or a JPEG file, and it'll download right to your screen. So watch how I click here. The face has already gone to right here, and here is the face that you have to start using. Okay, fine. Let's go backwards. So now let's go to image manipulation. Here's where you turn in the file. It's the Dropbox. Here's where you get the stuff for it. Here's my example for how it's supposed to look. Here is the tutorial movie. So each week is like that. There's always a tutorial movie 1 or 2 or maybe even more than 2. There's always a Dropbox on top. There's always a discussion forum right here. So each one should be pretty easy to follow. Okay? If you ever have a question, go to the inbox, choose your class, and send me an email in Canvas. Thank you. Now, let's go examine what files you're going to do this semester. So I've made this up here. This is what you're going to be turning in to me. Not an HTML file, just a PSD file. So let me move this over. You're not required to do what I did for the whole project unless you want to. See how this actually will work? If I actually open up this HTML right here, watch how this will actually click to the next page. And if you want to, it's an easy process. Do you have to do that? The answer is no. You don't have to do that. So what I want you to do is, I have to go down here now, is to follow this. I always want you, and I'm going to make a point of this, to watch the movie or movies all the way through before you do it step by step. There are no PDF files. I don't believe in them. PDF files are written steps that once you get to the last step, you have no idea what you did on the first step. And a week from that point, you won't even remember almost any of the steps. So what I want you to do is to watch. There's more sensory training in watching and repeating and reinforcing than there is in just reading. Okay? That's very important. Now, in the Webpage movie, well, first let me go to this. I just want to show you that in the photographic retouching tutorial movie, there's only one movie. Fine, just watch it all the way through, then start it over and go step by step. When I show you something, pause the movie, you do it on your file. Then start the movie. Then when I get to the next step, stop the movie and you do it. And if you have to watch it and do it twice or 3 times, what is so wrong with that? Won't you be better the second time and the third time of listening and watching? Won't that reinforce it a lot better? So that's what I care about, is the skill. Okay? And if you have a question on a Thursday or a Friday, go in your inbox, send me the file, write your question down. I'll send you a fixed movie probably on the same day so you can get back going. It's why I think that we can get a lot more done in an 8-week online course than you can even believe. If it was an on-ground class, and let's say you had a Monday-Wednesday class, let's say you had a big question on Wednesday, you'd have to wait till Monday to get your answer. Well, not on an online class. I can actually send you that answer Wednesday night, and then you can get back going and working Thursday morning. I think that's cool. But here's the point. Please watch movie 1. The real one is actually movie 2. Now listen to this. Movie 3 and 4 are extra credit. You don't have to do them. I will repeat that. Movie 3 and 4 show you how to go into Dreamweaver and make the web page work. Do you have to do it? No. Movie 2 is right where the file actually begins. But if you listen to movie 1, and why it's movie 1 is because when I did the web page assets movie, kind of forgot a couple of things. So I show you in movie 1 how to fix those 2 things. So watch movie 1. It'll tell you in movie 1, okay, now you can start the movie. So I want you to now go into movie 2. So I want you to actually begin the project in movie 2. Now somewhere right in this section right here is about where you're at the 7-8 minute mark is when you're going to begin this movie. But you would have known that because you're going to watch all of it all the way through and then start over. I can promise you, this is actually where I begin the web page PSD file, right here at the 8:14 mark. But please don't advance it to 8:14. Please listen to all the words I say, because as you can see in my dedication movie, in my Sorial portfolio movie, in my motivation and methods movie, I care more about skill, and I care about getting you a really good job that or directing you to get a great portfolio which can secure a really great position. Long story short, please don't hurry the learning process. Okay? This semester is not about finishing projects and turning in files. It's not. It's about getting good at Photoshop. And I'm good at Photoshop. So I want you to listen to what I say and to learn it. And if I see that you're doing something that I really like, hey, I'll borrow, as a Canadian would say, because I am one, I'll borrow your technique and I'll incorporate it into my painting theory. So I'm never too old to stop learning. But I'm asking you, watch it all the way through, and then for the second time, do the file. So you will know that when you watched movie 1, it says, okay, when you get to the end of movie 2, when you get to this point right here in movie 2, I forget, see how, let me close my America's Got Talent thing there. Look at how I forget to do something. So let me click this.
Make all of this.
Okay, do you see how there's no darkness coming in from each side? Well, I actually should have told you that. So if I go backwards, that's when you're going to go back to movie 1. It's not that confusing. You're going to go back to movie 1 because I tell you in movie 1, okay, now start movie 2, do movie 2, and then when you get to the end, come back to movie 1. So here is the end of this. So watch how I show you in this how to darken this background. So you take your background just like this, and look what you do. You actually go through and you darken it like this. Great. So I think you're going to be fine. But my point to you is, let me go backwards. And let me go back to this now. And I want you to watch movie 1. Now that's about 5 times I've said that, right? Or maybe even 10. Watch the whole thing. Then watch movie 2 and watch the whole thing. Please be patient enough to do that. You know, you guys could, I'll probably give you both of these movies in the email today because everything is on YouTube. Everything that I have here is on YouTube. In fact, I'll go there right now. You can write this down if you want to. But if you type my name, Brian, then Soriol, Sauriol, do you see how I have a Brian Soriol? It should be right there, YouTube. In Brian Soriol YouTube, it's my YouTube channel. So I'll go to my YouTube channel. Look at how when I click playlists, you can go right into my Intro to Photoshop playlist right there. Now these movies, I'm going to stop this. These movies on the side here, right here, there are the movies for the class. And you can easily find somewhere in here the webpage assets. There they are. Webpage 1, webpage 2, webpage 3, and webpage 4. So if you want to actually watch the webpage asset 1 movie before Monday and the webpage asset 2 movie, just go to Brian Soriol YouTube, go to my Intro to Photoshop playlist. Please subscribe to my channel. That would really help me, okay? And watch the movies. I think this is great. I think you knowing that I have my tutorials here, both advanced Photoshop, After Effects, Adobe Illustrator, are great. I think that's great. So I'm going to close this now. So I've now told you that you can actually watch movie 1 and movie 2 right from my YouTube channel. So I'm not going to put the links in because I actually want you to experiment and go type it in, Brian Soriol YouTube, and go to my YouTube channel. Okay, thank you. Same thing is true with photographic retouch. Same thing is true with image manipulation. So I think I've explained to you everything that I want, how to contact me, where to get the files, where to get the asset files, where the modules are, how do the modules correlate to the first day handout. They correlate right here. So here are your list of assignments right there. There's your first module, your second module, your third, your fourth, your fifth, your sixth, your seventh module, and your eighth module. And if you want to go do the movie one, look where I have it. So I'm going back to the modules. So past the tear sheet, I hope I've organized it right, is the movie poster. Are these required? The answer is no. I think you're going to want to do them. So if the semester is coming to a close, why don't you download all the assets for the movie, for the cartoon character, for the photo collage, and download all of them. Then you can go to my YouTube channel and watch the movies after the semester is over, because it's not about, like I said, GPA, and it's not about degrees, and it's about getting very skilled. Your degree that you earn is going to be like a shield to your career. It's going to be wonderful. And it's the thing that's going to give you the armor to go on to position after position and company after company. It's going to be very, very important. But the skill and the portfolio are the top thing. We have a little joke in the industry. What are the 3 most important things to a graphic artist? Their portfolio, portfolio, portfolio. And it's not a joke, it's just a reality. So, please email me via the inbox on Canvas if you have any questions, but let's just kind of review what your projects are going to be this semester, because I actually have them right in front of you here, okay, right in front of me here. So here is the face. As I said before, here is what you're going to do for me in a PSD file. You don't have to do movie 3 and 4 as I have stated already. This is all I require. And please look how my spacing and my words don't touch the circles, and how my words are nicely centered underneath, and how I can read everything. One thing I do want to say about this, and I say it in the movie, is I do a background with little Macomb logos. If you want to go follow my movie, and you can go get any image you want to use it as a pattern. It's kind of fun. If you have your own logo or you want to put your own picture back there, just follow my direction. And you don't have to do a bluish gray one. You can do any one you want. Maybe just for giggles, I'm going to go into my, I'll show you what the other students did this semester. Let me see if I can find it quickly. And here is my classes. This is fine. I still have plenty of time in this movie. So let's just see what a student did for the Webpage assets. Here is the class this semester. And let's see in the Webpage assets, here's what the other students did. So you can see this student did a gray feel here. This student did a red feel with yellow buttons. This student did a darker feel. I kind of like that, all right? This student did little polka dotties, and their name was Foster. This student here did a more tan feel. They did a great job. This is actually a student who didn't think that they could do anything in Photoshop, and they did this the very first thing. So please have confidence and faith in this. Here is another one. Here is another one with a neat kind of custom graphic in the background that the student did. Here's another one with polka dotties. Here's another one that the student wanted to do more of a black and white feel. I think that was great. There's another one that the student did a little bit of a bigger polka dot background. And here's a smaller one. Here's one. I have no idea what that is in the background. So I think that's great. I think they did a great job. Let me go down to a couple more. There's a bluish feel. There's another feel there. I love that background. That's wonderfully done. And these are all the students from the class this semester. Every single student made it through. You will too. I promise you will too. Okay, so let me go back to, I'm sorry, I keep on getting lost here. Let's go back to this. So let's start with this. I won't show you what the other students did, but look at, there's what you end up with. This is what you start with. He's got blemishes, and he has yellow teeth, and he has too many shine spots and too many little pimply things, and you turn him into this, okay? And here is, you take a Jeep. Please don't do a black and white Jeep. Listen to my words. Do not do a white or a gray Jeep. You don't have to do my Jeep, as you will listen to in the tutorial movie. You're going to take it, learn how to draw paths, learn how to cut out something like this, and then to put it on an environment like that. And it's really cool because there's another thing involved in this where you actually take and learn how to, let me see if I can find it real quick. You actually learn how to, let me go into the image manipulation asset files and let me download that. And it'll take a second to download because I want to show you something that is in there. It's gonna, I'll keep on going, but I want you to see, you're gonna actually learn very quickly how Photoshop is pretty magical and can take away things quickly. It's called content aware. And you can see here that the whole asset thing, the 53 megabytes, is actually downloading very quickly. Just have patience, and it will be there in a second. And I will open it up and show you the background you're going to use. So in the zip file, here is the zip file. It's got everything in there. It's got background shots. Look, I even give you a bunch of Jeeps. Now, don't do that one. Don't do a gray one. Do any one that's not a white one or a gray one. Now you're going to ask me, well, why did I give you those? I actually put those in there so that you don't use them. I want you to go find the one that you want to use. Okay, so I chose a blue one. Please don't choose all these other colors that are in there. These non-colors that are in there. You have to actually, let me close this. You actually have to find one that's in color, or you can use the one that I did. I don't care. But here's the background. So here are the background stills. So this is the background stills that I gave. You don't have to use mine. You can use anything that you want. Okay, I just happened to use this one, and I took the guy out of that background and I brightened the background so that it became the really good file or the well done file that you see here. So there's my finish. Okay, let me go back to this. Let me minimize this, and let me go back to this. I won't do this again. I'll just keep on going. So here is the next thing. You take a brick wall. Look at how you can take that graffiti, cut it out of that background, put it onto the brick wall, and then you can even move it around the brick wall. Oh gosh, I told you I wouldn't do this, but I'm going to do it anyway. I actually want to close. I'm sorry, I'm going to go ahead and do something here. So let me see if I can find it very quickly. Okay, so I want to go into 1320. Oh, I'm so sorry I'm doing this, but this is me. I just keep on getting lost. So here are Sorio lessons. Want to show you something neat in the 3D texture one. Okay, so let me do the 3D texture one like this. So I'll open this up. Look at how I have a piece of graffiti on the wall. Okay, let me hit the F button to cascade that to full screen and minimize my screen. Watch something very cool. Watch how I can take a certain tool and I can even move this around the brick. Look at how the mortar and the bricks are staying put, but I can move. It looks like I'm moving a piece of graffiti on the wall between the mortar and the bricks. Very easily you will learn how to do that. So let me just click this and not save. So let's go back to this and let's keep on going. So this is the next one. You're going to do a caricature. I just chose to do Will Smith. You don't have to do Will Smith. I'll show you this student portfolio down here where other students did certain characters. I took a background. I took Will Smith and I took the background away from Will Smith. I then distorted Will Smith, not to the point where you don't recognize him, and then I put him into the background. What a nice portfolio piece, and what a nice way to show it. Show the original. Show the original background, show how you cut it out, show your distortion, and show this. That's 5 content items for one, meaning 5 portfolio content items for one project. You're going to learn how to paint in Photoshop and what is the proper or the most expedient productive technique to paint to turn it into that. You're going to learn how to take a product, in this case a phone. Look at how I can take that phone, which is a client project. It could be. I've done many of them in my life. Look at how you can take 2 different backgrounds that the client gave you. You can actually paint the phone and change the screen inside of there. You can even put your own artwork in there. And that is a $1,200 to $1,500 piece that you would get. How fast could I paint that? Probably in a day and a half. That would be how long that would take me to paint. So the last thing in the semester, which you won't have a lot of time for, is the tear sheet. And I want you to know that that's a composite. This is the movie poster I did. You won't be doing a movie poster as a required assignment. But these are the projects for the class. A lot of them are the ones. You see how I show the originals, I show the background, I show the original down here, and a tear sheet with my own logo on it, which is a really nice way to show your material that you gain this semester. So I look forward to working with all of you. I really can't think of anything else to say. If you have any questions, email me, and go to my Brian Sorio YouTube page to watch the Intro to Photoshop playlist. Subscribe to my page, okay, and go to the Intro to Photoshop playlist. I don't even know if I have it up here anymore. So let me go see if I have it right here. So right there. So take it.
This is a beginning movie.
This is, I should have said that. In the modules, I never even told you, I should be telling you this, that I actually just have a movie that shows what Photoshop is all about in a very easy way. So that movie you just saw is actually this movie right here. So it shows a combination of things like this and just guides you through what are layers in Photoshop. How does Photoshop work? How do items on a layer work in Photoshop? So that's why I actually put it into the very first module here. So generic week 1, I would go to my Intro to Photoshop Brian Sorial playlist. I might put these links in the email that I'm sending you, just so you can quickly click on them, but I think it's actually pretty good. I'll go ahead and do that. But I think you should just bypass those links and go right to my YouTube channel. So I look forward to working with you this semester, and welcome to this class.